HTML controls. HTML controls are button and text box, file upload control, and next radio button and the checkbox, list box, uh, checkbox list, radio button list, text area. Okay, so these are the controls available in HTML. Okay, so first of all, HTML buttons. Okay, so using HTML buttons we can submit data to the server. Okay, so suppose you want to save the data into the server, any registration data, like your for example, in Google sign up you enter first name, last name, and username, password, date of birth. Okay, so after enter the all data, and you have to submit the okay your details to the Google server. So when you click on next step button, okay, in Google sign up, so your data is saved into the Google server. Okay, to submit the data into the server we have to use buttons. Okay, so using HTML buttons, we can submit, okay, we can submit data into the server. Okay, you can submit data into the server. This is used for user actions. Okay, user actions. So button syntax is, okay, we can create buttons in two ways using HTML button element, button, and type equal to button, button. So here button text. Okay, save or submit or anything. And another way is using input element, type equal to, so in type attribute we can give the submit or button. Okay, anything we can use button or submit, and value equal to save. Okay, save or next step or anything. Okay, submit, and close this input tag. Okay, so these are the two ways to create buttons in HTML forms. And next one is text box. This text box is used for in user can enter input data. Okay, to submit the data into the server, user can enter input data into the text boxes. Okay, text boxes are used to user inputs. Okay, user inputs, and syntax is input type equal to text. Okay, and placeholder is the identification of text box. Okay, first name, and close this tag. Okay, so this is the text box syntax. So we can create one example. Open notepad, doc type HTML tag, header section, body. Okay, so for example, if you want to create uh, sign up form, okay, registration form. So just take the table. Okay, in table tr, in first row use td first column. In first column field name, like first name. Okay, in second column text box. Okay, in second column use input tag equal to text and placeholder first name and close this text box. And second column, second row, first column, in second row first column last name. Okay, and input type equal text, placeholder last name. Okay, and finally last row td. Okay, in td you can create the button to submit the first name and last name. Input type equal to button. Okay, and value equal to next step, but next step. Next step, and close this button. Okay, and save this form. Okay, sign up.html. Sign up, where it is. Sign up.html. Yes, so form is created here. So run this example. Okay, so registration form, first name and last name, and we have to enter the user input in first name and last name, and after that we have to submit this data, okay, first name and last name, into the server. When you click on the next step button, uh, the developers need to write the backend code to submit this data into the server, okay, to save the data into the database. Okay, so this is the text box and buttons. And next, file upload control. So this file upload control is used to send or upload any files to the server. Okay, this control allows us to send and receive, send and upload files. Okay, upload files to the server. Okay, in HTML we have to use input tag, use input tag with the type attribute type attribute, okay, file, okay, type attribute file, the type equal to file, okay, with the type equal to file. So the input file upload object represents an HTML input element with the type equal to file. The syntax is type equal to file, okay, and close this input tag. So for example, in registration form or any registration form in any job portal, okay, we have to submit our resume into the job portal, okay. So in that registration form, so we have to use this file upload control to submit our resume to the server. Here, okay, yes, for example, resume. In the second column, use input tag with the type equal to file. Input type equal to file, okay. So save this and refresh this, okay. So file upload control is displayed in the browser like this. So when you click on choose file button, okay, it will open dialog box and you can select any one file, okay. So here it will show the selected file name, okay, and after that we have to submit the file into the server, okay. So we have developer need to write some backend code to save the file into the server. And next, radio button. So radio buttons are used to select one of a limited number of choices. uh, Using radio buttons we can select only one option from list of options, okay. Using radio buttons, okay, using radio buttons we can select only one option, only one option, only one option from list of options, okay, from list of options. The syntax is, so for example, in gender column, okay, in gender column, uh, use input type equal to use radio, okay, use radio type equal to radio for the radio buttons, and name equal to gender, okay, and close this, and here text male. Input type equal to radio, name equal to gender, and close this, a female. So we can select only one option from these two options, okay. We cannot select two options at a time. In sign up form, td, gender, Okay, save this and refresh this. Okay, gender. So gender, you can select only one option. Okay, if you select female, male is unselected. If you select male, female is unselected, because we have given name equal to gender for both. Okay, if you give the name equal to name is different. Okay, so you can select two options at a time. Okay, so if you give the name, okay, if you give the name same for the both radar buttons, so we can select only one option. Okay, so in these scenarios you can use radio buttons. And next one is checkbox. Checkboxes checkboxes are used to select multiple options from list of options. Okay, using this control you can select multiple options multiple options from list of options. Okay, syntax is syntax, use here input tag and the type equal to checkbox. Okay, and checkbox. So for example, in registration form qualifications, okay, you can select multiple qualifications, right? So in that scenario we can use checkboxes. So this, okay, btech input type equal to checkbox. Okay, MCA. Okay, so like this we can write multiple checkboxes. In sign up form qualifications, okay, in qualifications field TD. Okay, save this and refresh this example. Okay, so now you can select BTech and MCA, MS, okay, or MCA and MBA. Okay, we can select multiple options, okay, from list of options. Okay, so these checkbox are used to for in these scenarios. Next, list box. And list box is similar to a text box, and it shows a declared number of text rows. List box is similar to a text box, and it shows declared number of text rows. It declares number of text rows and gives the user a list of choices. Gives the user a list of choices. Okay. Uh, Syntax: use select element. Okay, select element and multiple equal to multiple and options. Okay, option. So here we have to give the list of choices. Okay, in list box, choice 1. Okay, choices means uh, the scenario locations. Okay. For locations we can use list box. Okay, your uh, tier. Or you can use skills. Okay, skills. Okay, skills. First of all, HTML, and CSS. Okay, so .NET, Java, and QA. Okay, save this and refresh this. Okay, you can select your skills. Okay, HTML, .NET. Okay, Java. So like this you can select multiple options from list box. Okay, by holding control key, okay, you can select multiple options. Okay, it will occupy the space in the browser. Okay, in the web page it will occupy the space. Okay, to reduce the space in the browser we can use drop down list. Okay, using drop down list we can select only one option. So another control is drop down. Okay, drop down list. And here also we can use select element to create the drop down list. To create drop down list, use select element. Okay, select element, and we can select only one option. Okay, only one option from list of options. Okay, here also we can use select element. Syntax, but drop down list, no need this multiple. Okay, multiple attribute. Like you can use uh, for date of birth. Select here td date of birth. For date of birth, use drop down list. Okay, drop down list for months. Okay, January, February, month, March, like this. Select month. Okay, first option, and from second one, Jan, February, March. Okay, April. So and so on up to December. And the next one is text box. Input type equal to text, and the placeholder equal to day. Okay, and another text box is type equal to text, placeholder equal to year. Okay, save this and run this example. Okay, so in date of birth we can select only one month at a time. Okay, you can select only one option and enter day and year. Okay, in Google registration also same. Okay, and next one is text area. Text area control. Okay, in Google sign up also birthday, okay, month drop down list, and day and year text boxes. Okay, next one is final control, text area. The text area tag defines multiple plain text input control. Text area tag defines multi-line plain text, plain text input control. Okay, input control. So this also nothing but a text box. Okay, but we can enter multiple lines. Okay, in text box we can enter only one line of input. In text area we can enter multi lines. Okay, so this text area used to use for Google compose box. Okay, you can select, you can write your uh, mail content. Finally, use tier. Okay, so in registration, in job portal registration form, copy resume box is there. Okay, copy resume or notes. Okay, or address box. Okay, address box. Text area. Text area control. Okay, so save this and run this example. Okay, in address box we can enter multi-line text. Okay, and you can resize this text control in the browser. Okay, but in text box we cannot resize and we cannot enter multi-line text in text box. Okay, but in text area we can enter multi-line text. Okay, so like this we can use text area. So this is the HTML controls, and the next one is iframes. Iframes. So these iframes are used to display web page within a web page. Okay, or you can play YouTube videos in our web page, or you can display another website also in our web page using iframes. Okay, using iframes, you can display web page within a web page. Okay, within a web page, or you can play YouTube videos in our web page. Okay, or you can display another website in our web page. Okay, so these are the three important, the three features of iframe. We can display web page within a web page, or we can play YouTube videos, or we can display another websites in our web form. So for example, I want to display, okay, links, okay, links.html form in our sign up, okay, in this sign up form. Okay, after complete the table, okay, use, otherwise create another new form. Okay, use iframe and the source equal to, so for example this is iframes.html form. Okay, so I want to display links.html form in iframes.html. Use links.html. Okay, links.html, and width height 300 pixels, and width also 300 pixels. Okay, and iframe close tag. So now run this example. Okay, click on me. So click on me link is in links.html form. Okay, so this is the form. So this form is displaying in iframes.html in iframe tag. So when you click on this link, it will redirect to Google in another tab. Okay, so using iframes we can display another HTML form in our web page, display web page within a web page, or you can play YouTube videos. Okay, YouTube videos in our web page. So for example, iframes. Okay, so this is the YouTube video URL. Okay, okay, see here, observe iframe. Okay, iframe tag width 854 and height 480, and source equal to YouTube embed source. Okay, YouTube embed source. So this is the video URL. Okay, embed URL, and this is autoplay. Okay, if you give this option autoplay equal to 1, the video automatically play in the browser, and the frame border 0, and allow full screen. So this attribute allows us to uh, see the full screen in the video. So save this, and here refresh. Okay, so it is automatically played. Okay, so open YouTube. Okay, select any one video. Okay, so copy video, copy embed code. Okay, copy embed code and paste here. Okay, you will get the embed URL. So now save this. Okay, so it is auto. If you give the auto play, so you have to give this option to auto play. Okay, And next one is uh, you can display another website in our web page. So for example, use iframe. Okay, source equal to https www.3schools.com. Okay, 3schools.com. And height and width. Okay, height and width. Iframes. Okay, so see here, 3schools website is displayed in our web page. Okay, go to, so total website manage in our web form. Okay, Ajax. Okay, Ajax introduction. Okay, total website can manage in our web form. Okay, so this is the iframe. So, and HTML5 features. Okay, and finally HTML5 features. New doc type is already explained. Okay, doc type. Okay, so this is the doc type. So this is already explained. And figure element. So I will explain this local storage feature in AngularJS. Okay, and email inputs. For email inputs, we have to provide uh, for example, email. Okay, in registration form, our email, td email input type equal to the email. Okay, so for email puts email inputs feature in HTML5. Okay, we can apply a type of email to form inputs so that we can instruct the browser to only allow the strings with the email type format. Okay, so the browser allows only email formats. So the email format nothing but abc@gmail.com. Only browser allows these formats only. Okay, if you give the type equal to email, then solar equal to email. Okay, so we can instruct the browser to allow. Okay, we can instruct the browser to only allow strings that conform to a valid email address. Okay, so here you can see please include an @ in the email address. Okay, is missing an @ so it will show the error message like this. Okay, if you use type equal to email, yeah, type equal to email. Okay, so browser, we are instructing the browser to only allow email formats, that is compulsory include the @ in the string. Next, this is header element and footer element, and figure element are used to. So this form tag is used to uh, submit the data. To submit the data to the server. Actually, uh, action. Okay, form is the action. Okay, we are submitting the data, or we are getting the data from the database. Okay, method is get. This figure, next one, next feature is figure element. This figure element is used to display the um, image and image description. Okay, in the top of the image or in the bottom of the image we can display the image description. So for example, figure tag and figure tag image source. So here we have desert.jpg, .jpg and .net image. Hundred pixels and width 100 pixels. Okay, and next use quick caption tag. Here image description. Okay, save this. Okay, so you can display the image description in the bottom of the image or in the top of the image. Okay, so this is figure element. And no more types for scripts and links. So when you call the CSS files and JS files, we no need to uh, provide the type attribute. So for example, if you want to call the CSS file, okay, directly use link and href equal to .css file path here, and no need to provide type equal to text CSS. Okay, so this is type attribute is okay compulsory. We have to provide the type attribute in the older versions of HTML, but in HTML5 no need to give the type attribute when you call the CSS files. You can directly remove this and directly you can call the CSS file in the HTML forms in the header section. And also when you call the JavaScript files in older versions of HTML, so we have to call JS file path. Okay, we have to provide type attribute text JavaScript. Okay, so like this we have to call the JavaScript files in older versions of HTML, but in HTML5 no need this type attribute. Okay, directly you can call the JavaScript file. And content editable, so this feature also I will explain in AngularJS. Okay, so these are the HTML topics.